Ladies and gentlemen, last night I went and saw Spider-Man. I'm not gonna lie to you. I knew this video. I knew Blank Boy dropped this video 3 days ago. I wasn't even trying to click it till I went and saw that new Spider-Man. Huh? And let me tell you something. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. Spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. Because I don't know what he gonna say here, but spoiler alert. Yeah, but like I said, Spider-Man don't mean the MCU back. Let me just put that out. Let me just point that out before we get into this. Spider-Man always Zaza. Maybe that little Andrew Garfield one was a little shaky, but Spider-Man always A1 Perico. Spider-Man always good. But Spider-Man like good dope. Spider-Man sell itself. You feel me? One thing I learned about being a father is the first two things that your son is probably gonna get into: dinosaurs and watch this, Spider-Man. Yeah, they're gonna have the Paw Patrol. But when they get to wearing the pajamas head to toe with the zip up, it's Spider-Man. It's Spider-Man. Spider-Man hit your soul in a different way. I don't know what it is.
Someone fainted at my Spider-Man Brand New Day screening. The MCU is back!
Yeah,
Now,
back.
the MCU has been...
Well, that doesn't mean the MCU is back. That's why I gotta correct you, Blanky. The last Spider-Man movie was straight Piffington. Didn't mean the MCU's back. Spider-Man always gonna be za. When Spider-Man movie isn't za, oh yeah, that means the end times are coming. You know what I mean? And like I said, the Andrew Garfield one was a little shaky. A little shaky. You feel me?
making people pass out as of recently. But in those cases, it was a different type of passing out. Some people are lower on this movie.
Hey, y'all, come look at this.
Is it better than Spider-Man Homecoming? I do not think it is better than Spider-Man Homecoming, but I am very high on that movie.
But most people per reviews are ridiculously high on this movie. And I'm here to give my thoughts on it. Is it the best Spider-Man movie since Spider-Man 2? Is it the best Spider-Man?
If y'all want to know my opinion, I do not think it's the best Spider-Man movie. I do think, like, that's why I say Spider-Man is such a thing where I go like, yeah, he's kind of, it's like Floyd. Like, it's more like they're gonna always win. It's just the degree in which they win. I still like Homecoming better than Brand New Day, if you ask me. I still do think Homecoming did more for me than Brand New Day. But Brand New Day is fire. So it's like getting A that's a 94% and an A that's a 95%. It's like, okay, come on, my nigga.
Movie of all
We
time?
splitting hairs.
Well, I'd say it's... We'll get to where I'd rank the Spider-Man movie amongst the others and my rating out of 10 at the end.
Homecoming
but
number
first,
one.
let's get into the review. The first half will be spoiler-free for my people who touch grass and got jobs and stuff who haven't seen the movie yet. And the second half will have spoilers for people who've seen the movie already and for those who haven't seen the movie but don't care to be spoiled.
I'm doing the whole video, by the way, guys. So spoiler alert.
I'll let you know when it's spoiler time though. And don't worry, I will be covering this movie fully when it drops digitally. I just had to get my thoughts out now. So starting off with my spoiler-free section of the movie. First thing to mention is yes, Ned Leeds is still obese. And secondly, one of my favorite things about this movie is how it feels like a Spider-Man comic book come to life. It felt like a comic book where Spider-Man can just pop up and see different heroes because they all reside in the same world. In the comics, Captain America could get a call to pull up somewhere and Daredevil's already there solving it poorly because he's a trash hero. And I think that's...
What's wrong with this nigga? Blanky, I rock with you. You're gonna have to calm down with some of them takes, bro. Daredevil's a what? Oh, you must not have seen the Netflix Daredevil. Oh, okay, I get it. He only seen the Disney Daredevil. Okay, no, I get it. Cause he ain't seen the devil of Hell's Kitchen. No, he ain't seen that. He ain't seen that. He ain't seen Punishing them. He ain't seen Punish. Okay, so he going off the. He had to. He can't be talking about Netflix Daredevil. I'm gonna just leave it there. He talking about Ben Affleck. That's what he talking about. Cause he ain't talking about my nigga. He ain't talking about my nigga from the Netflix. My bad, bro. Let me compose myself.
dope. This movie's world building where Spider-Man is interacting with so many different characters is fire. Characters enter the movie, serve their purpose, have amazing interactions with Peter, and then dip. No one overstayed their welcome. There was a lot of concern before the movie came out that the movie may be too overstuffed with characters and in the end it would just be a big mess, like Spider-Man 3, where you got 18 different villains and the fact that Mary Jane can't sing. Or in TASM 2, with 45 different plot points happening and nothing gets developed. We just supposed to believe.
Okay, yeah, 3 and 2, like I said, there are some not the greatest Spider-Man movies, right? But when these movies first came out, and I didn't realize how bad they really were until I got older. Like I said, my point is Spider-Man for some reason hits our DNA. I don't know what Stan Lee put in Spider-Man. And I've watched it, my son, where I go like, yeah, Spider-Man is like a ubiquitous, almost more than, I used to think it was Batman. And growing up, maybe it was Batman, because I grew up in the 90s. But nah, bro. You know, there's like a Spider-Man Miles Morales 3D cartoon that, like, no, nigga, Spider-Man is like Teletubbies. Like Spider-Man is one thing that as a child you start loving, and then as an adult you love the exact same. It's literally, Star Wars used to be like that, but I feel like Spider-Man is the last. That's why I don't even count it with the MCU. It's like, bro, that does not count, nigga. Because whether they were with not with the MCU, with the MCU, they're still putting out bangers, nigga. So
Electro became bad because he's a short bus rider. Like, okay, bro. But that wasn't the case at all here. There are a small group of people who are complaining that it's overstuffed, but that doesn't make any sense to me. Every character, like I said, served a purpose and dipped. It felt like a comic book. Alex Coleman said it better than I ever could. Punisher is there for Pete's isolation. Hulk is there because Pete is fighting inner demons. MJ and Ned are there to show sacrifice. Yelena is there because she's felt the same thing that Peter's felt. And Sadie Sink's character aligns with Peter's arc. Everything serves a purpose. Maybe you were worried there would be 87 different villains, but there really isn't. There's only one central focus villain. People like Tombstone has a 5-second scene and didn't get a chance to do Spider-Man like this.
Dude doesn't
Scorpion
is that how Tombstone was mixing them up like that? God damn, why was he mixing you like that?
is used as a tool for the main villain. It's all purposeful. They all bounce off Spider-Man perfectly while they're on screen and never steal the spotlight at all, or well, even try to. If y'all watched my Spider-Man rankings video, you know I'm low on Tom Holland's movies as Spider-Man.
Oh, okay, so you, okay. Hating on my man, that's crazy. That's crazy, gang.
The bottom 3 are Tom Holland movies, and I don't feel like he truly...
Wait a minute, nigga. You did not say 2 of the bottom 3 Spider-Man movies are Tom Holland movies. Wait a minute.
As Spider-Man. 2 of the bottom 3 are Tom Holland movies.
Okay, so Amazing Spider-Man 2. You're telling me that these movies are worse than Spider-Man 3? Hold the phone. Hold it right there, Blank Boy. You're telling me Far From Home and Homecoming are worse than 3? Nah, Tom Holland did something to that nigga. Somebody who looked like Tom Holland at Blanky School did something to that nigga. He ain't like that nigga. Soon as he saw Tom Holland, I don't like that nigga. And I feel it. Yeah. Cause you wilding on that tape, nigga. Ain't nothing. 3 is better than 3. These are worse than 3. But it's your opinion. That's your prerogative. I'm just nerding out. Have a little nerd debate.
And I don't feel like he truly becomes Spider-Man until No Way Home. In No Way Home, that was the first time he felt like he made the ultimate sacrifice like Spider-Man would. And now in this movie, it's an amazing transition from his character going from making the sacrifice to now he's suffering from that sacrifice and finding a healthy way of living with it. Because isolationism for no one is any way to live. It's a great character arc to continue off No Way Home that makes complete sense. This is Tom Holland's best performance.
Hey, and the fight scenes, one thing the MCU, even if the movie is dookie, one thing they gonna get is them fight scenes, boy. Golly. Huh? The fight scenes in this, what they had Spider-Man doing in there, oh, he was doing stunts, nigga. Y'all saw what and then he spun around and webbed up the whole room. This nigga was moving different.
As Spider-Man by far. I'd put his performance as Spider-Man in this movie up against any live-action Spider-Man from any movie. That's how good he was. His action as Spider-Man is the best I've seen so far. Yes, I think it's better than Spider-Man 2's action. He's hitting niggas with the most insane Spider-Man PS4 finishers, then talking about
It's literally like Spider-Man. That's why it's a Tom Holland to me. When it comes to the 3 Spider-Men, Tom Holland gonna beat them all up. He gonna win the fight because he fights like PS4 Spider-Man. The other niggas fight like Sam Raimi. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference. This Spider-Man Tom gets mixy. He gets mixy. You almost see the press A and B button pop up. I hit a nigga with a mean comment, and you almost see the A, B button press up. Then he literally hit somebody with an exact frame for frame Spider-Man 4 finisher. I said, oh yeah, that nigga's spine is silly putty right now.
chill bro, I don't kill. The swinging scenes and cinematography behind the swinging scenes were beautiful. They weren't quite TASM 2 level, that's like elite, but they were the best Tom Holland has had for sure. John Watts talking about, my advice to the brand new day director, don't do practical swinging, it looks stupid. Man, shut your ass up. I think this movie, of any live action Spider-Man movie, shows how smart Peter Parker is more than they all have ever. Had me looking like these out the theater explaining to niggas how mutation works. I thought I was a genius. And Tom Holland is in New York City in this movie. And the city is so important to the story, like how it should be.
New York City 100% was a character in this movie. Man, you know what's funny is I feel like the year the Kendrick and Drake battle happened was in 2024. It felt like it was a California and the West Coast in general was just up. In general. Like the Dodgers winning. Like now it feels like New York is up. It felt like it went from the West to the East. New York is having a time right now. New York is having a slice this summer. Oh my God. The Knicks. Everybody's a Knicks fan now. Tom Holland, Spider-Man, New York. Oh, come on, brother. Mom Donnie.
We don't need Spider-Man in Washington, D.C. or in Europe. We need Spider-Man.
We need him in the boroughs, bro. We need him we need him going, swinging past a bodega. You feel me? We need Spider-Man with a chopped cheese, nigga. Facts, nigga. I need to see Spider-Man swinging with a bodega cat, swings right into a halal cart, and go get some halal guys, man. Lamb over rice with the mixed plate, bro. Give me the chicken and the lamb. I need both of those. Mix it. Don't give me the white sauce. No freaky pause. I don't need none of that extra spicy sauce because y'all be doing too much with the spicy sauce. The peppers you use for this spicy sauce come from Hades himself, bro. I rock my halal guys plain Jane. Plain Janes, no VVs. My shit plain Jane. Rolly, nigga. My bad. I used to live in the East, man. Shout out.
In NYC, stopping drill rappers from producing more music, rescuing our ears like the GOAT he is. This is by far the best Spider-Man has ever looked in the MCU visually.
Yeah.
In all the other movies, he's either entirely CGI or heavily CGI, and he doesn't really seem tangible at times. But here, that is a guy in a suit, and it looks really good. To think it really took,
except those scenes he showed were CGI,
4 Spider-Man movies to get this. Yo, I'm pissed off again. Never let that nigga John Watts near Spider-Man again. Ban his ass from a 10-mile radius of any MCU set.
Or maybe a 35-mile radius. If you saw the movie.
Spider-Man is in great hands with Destin Danielle Cretton. But now, anything else I want to talk about is going to require spoilers. So, we're going to get into the spoiler section.
Get up out of here. You don't want the spoilers, gang. Get up out of here. I like seeing you. Come back on the next upload. I love you. Peace, God.
If you have seen the movie, stick around.
Oh, another reason, Rakim just dropped a banger. New York going crazy. Inspector Deck just dropped some smart. Like, what's going on right now with New York?
If you haven't seen it yet, but don't care about spoilers, stick around. And if you're clicking off at this point, thanks for messing up my audience retention on YouTube analytics, asshole. JK, I still love you. Alright, let's go. The biggest hidden secret about this movie is Sadie Sink's character, who's of course Jean Grey.
Jean Grey.
The main villain of a Spider-Man movie.
My favorite Jean Grey ever, by the way. I've always thought the way they now I can talk to the people who don't watch it, don't care. I've always thought the way they write Jean Grey in everything is so corny. Like same thing with Cyclops. Cyclops is an uber corny nigga, but that's kind of like a part of his thing. But I feel like they try to retroactively be like, nah, that's because he's like a good guy, patriot, a Boy Scout. It's like, nigga. Or is that just the way that y'all were writing characters back then and it's corny now? Because you notice how that was like the archetype for every superhero was Captain America. Oh, the Boy Scout, patriotic, good Christian. It was corny. Like that's when superheroes go, my name is something man. That's corny now. And I feel like a lot of, whether it's Captain America, whether it's Scott Summers, whether it's, you can name a million superheroes with that exact same archetype, and it's not a coincidence. They're all around the same time. I feel like with the modern day sensibilities, that shit is so corny the way they act. The way Jean Grey is in this movie, she feels like a real human being. And it was the first time ever in X-Men I go, oh, I would like to see like a Jean Grey movie. I rock with Jean Grey. Is this how y'all write the X-Men? Oh, write the X-Men. Like, I don't want no X-Men. Stop, evildoer. That's how they be writing niggas. Like, that shit corny, bro. I like how they even modernize Captain America. Every time you get these new superheroes, please modernize them. And because some of y'all don't. And they come off like, hark, who goes there? Corny as shit. But like, they made her super zaza.
Movie is Jean Grey, who's of course not a Spider-Man
Jean Grey, a gangster, nigga. A pure gangster.
villain typically. And this may seem odd to some people. I've seen that as a critique from some people, that the main villain isn't a Spider-Man villain. But I think Jean as the villain in this movie works perfectly for this particular story.
It does.
I like Jean in this story a lot. Obviously, it's a setup to the fact that there are mutants in the MCU and to the X-Men, who we will see at some point. But her and Spider-Man were able to connect emotionally and feel each other's pain.
I honestly think this is a great introduction to the X-Men. I think for the last couple years, they've been trying to introduce the X-Men, and every time they've introduced them, I think it's been doo-doo. Where was Miss Marvel, or the Marvel, the one with Kamala, and she, the stretchy arm girl, and then she grabs the thing and goes, that was stupid. And then the worst. I mean, I don't know who wrote this, because this was almost like anti-writing, was Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. Whoever's idea it was to put Professor X in that movie and kill him 25 seconds later, arrest that man. Arrest him. Arrest him. That nigga need to be doing hard time, because literally shot yourself in the foot. They're going to have to write around that, because it's like nobody in the writing room said, bro, we're going to, first of all, we're introducing the X-Men and we're going to, as a jobber, he comes in and the strongest is Professor X, and he jobs to her. So why are we excited about the X-Men if we already have somebody from the MCU who can tank all of them? What the hell is the somehow? And then it's like, and you're choosing to kill Professor X again? Nobody said, bro, we've killed this nigga so many times. So what happens? We're gonna have to kill him again. We're gonna kill him again. We're killing him again for real. We really hate Professor X. We've seen this nigga die about 4 different times, 4 different ways. This nigga, every time I see Professor X now, it turns to Final Destination. I go, oh, how he gonna die? Boy, I hated that so much. But this was the perfect introduction. I wish they would have erased everything that happened in the MCU from Endgame, from Tony's snap to to Homecoming. And then erase everything in between Homecoming and this. And we back on, then we back.
And understand each other's lives in a way where, I'm sorry, nigga, Rhino as the main villain just couldn't do so. The one thing this movie has that I think that Tom Holland movies lacked a lot of outside of No Way Home is this movie had so much heart and emotion, which is a big reason why the Raimi movies were so great. And a lot of that heart and emotion stems from Jean, plus her dynamic with Spider-Man, of course. Both isolated, both viewed by the government as potentially dangerous, and lost someone close to them. And in the end, she helps him to understand this about
And they did a great way where Jean Grey, you go, well, how evil can they make Jean Grey? It's Jean Grey. They do a good ass job. And there was at a point where I go, because I knew it was Jean Grey because you kind of know, even before they say it, you go, even without the spoilers and shit, like you kind of know it's Jean Grey. But you go, there's a certain point I go, there's no redemption from that. What you just did there, Jean, was evil. That was so malicious. And then when you hear her reasoning, you go, nah, I would have crashed too. I would have crashed harder than her. I would have Then you start going, no, she didn't crash hard enough. At the end, you go, the MC has a really good job. They did the same thing what they did with Thanos, where you go, at the first you go, oh, this is stupid. Why would you write Jean Grey like this? And then at the end you go, oh, Jean Grey, I don't think you really put enough belt to add. I don't think you put enough belt to add. Because if that would have been me, VMAX, everybody die. Everybody gotta die. Everybody gotta die.
himself because he didn't realize it, and he helps her to understand that she's not alone. I've been trying to do this alone myself, and I can't. Don't make the mistakes I made. She also unintentionally helps him with his mutation issues. In the movie, he's being more animalistic and aggressive, incapable of controlling himself, and her actions and words, while not meaning to, help him to understand that this isn't something that Spider-Man needs to neglect or try to suppress, like he's been doing the whole movie, because this mutation is still him. These mutations are...
He has organic web shooters now, by the way. I know some people have a problem with that, but I grew up with the Spider-Man cart. Wait, did he have organic web shooters on the cartoon? Because I swear I remember he had a web cartridges, but like I feel like I remember web cartridges, but then I remember, but I've never had a problem with organic web. They do make it real disgusting in the beginning, or just ew, and it definitely feels like a metaphor of something else, nigga, and maturing and puberty, and definitely at a couple points you go, oh, okay, I get it, nigga. Ew, but I get it.
part of him. He's not Spider-Man, he's not Peter Parker, he's both. And once he understands that, he gets an insane power buff and starts kicking more ass. I also find it interesting, based on this setup, it looks like Spider-Man will be the reason the government has technology to suppress mutant abilities. If I'm Magneto, you gotta see me, lil nigga. But to get into specific moments of where this movie had so much heart for me, I gotta start with the scene you get of Spider-Man and Ned building Legos together. It's just so heartwarming seeing them being kids.
There's this thing they do with MJ I hate, by the way. I hate. It feels like the way they were writing MJ on the Sam Raimi movies. You know how MJ is the most insufferable character of all those, and she's low-key an evil villain? They kind of do something with Zendaya's character here that I go, that felt like the old, and why'd you do that? Why'd you do that? That was so unnecessary. Unnecessarily mean, like...
It's doing nerd voices just like they did back in high school when they used to goon together and had no friends. The Peter and MJ scenes are of course very emotional. The scenes where he sees her with another guy and he goes on a swing leaving the party. I feel bad for whoever was the first nigga to see Spider-Man after him witnessing that. He was pissed. And the cinematography on that depressing swing scene is great. A nighttime swing in the rain and perfectly fits how he's feeling in that moment. The scene where he kisses MJ thinking it's her, but it's really Jean Grey controlling her, and he completely...
That's the scene where you go, nigga, that scene, yeah, you're evil. There's no reduction. That was cold. But then by the end of the movie, there's such good writing, you go, I get it. Yeah, I probably would have been crueler, I'm not gonna lie.
He lets out all the emotions he's been holding in, how much he's missed her and Ned. The scene where she finds the letter and she confronts him about it, making him...
This the scene I hate. I hate this scene. The way they wrote Zendaya in the scene, it makes no fucking sense. I'm sorry. It makes no sense. And it feels like how they used to write MJ. I'll explain.
Him reveal himself, and he tells her he loves her, and she says,
"Who are these niggas?"
Yeah, no, the scene was absolutely stupid. Let me tell you how that scene works. So, Spider-Man has that note, right, that he wrote to MJ that he's been not giving to her, right? They have to save MJ because Jean Grey is trying to get her. And Jean Grey has a limit to where she can get, so they try to get her away from the limit, right? Follow me. Spider-Man drops her off, right? Let me just I don't know if that's a good picture. Spider-Man drops her off with the Punisher at the Punisher's fortress, boat, whatever, right? So Spider-Man leaves, forgets the note there because he has to leave Zendaya there to go get the bad guy. Leaves the note there. MJ finds the note. This is how this starts. She starts off by going, so did you leave this here on purpose for me to find it? He says no. She says, were you ever going to tell me? He doesn't really answer. She goes, so why would you make that decision for me? So you're going to make that decision for me? So everything she's saying is, why did you not give this to me? What was the reason? That's not fair. You're wrong for what you did to me by not letting me have this note. Do you know what she immediately follows that up with? I don't love you. I don't know who you are. That felt like some emotional abuse. It really did. It felt like, well, did you not stop for a second, MJ, and go, maybe this is why he didn't tell me? And if it boiled down to you telling him you didn't love him anyway and you don't know who he is, first of all, he knows that. Why are you repeating it? You're repeating it to be unnecessarily cruel. Why do you have to tell him, I don't love you and I don't know who you are? You don't think that note is illiterate? The note is really literally about how you don't know who I am. You're not going to love me. I'm going to try to make you love me again. And then she responds after reading going, I don't love you. I don't even know who you are. What the fuck was the purpose of that? And then you didn't stop and go, well, maybe that's why he wasn't giving you the note. And then what was the point of going, why didn't you give me the chance? You didn't. So you took that option away from me. So what you're really saying is, no, give me the chance to shit on you with my own voice. Let me really, even though you already know everything I'm about to say about how I don't know who you are, so I can't love you. Let me say it out loud. Give me the chance to really emotionally break you. Like, how dare you not give me the chance to hurt you? Like, what? And then what was the net discovery? So you find the note. He doesn't tell you about the note because he knows that you don't know who he is and you're not going to love him. And then you ask him why he doesn't send you the note and then immediately show why he didn't give you the note? What? So then why were you mad he didn't give it to you? If it was going to boil down to, yeah, I don't fuck with you anyway. It's like, okay. And then even in the way they shot it, when you look at Spider-Man, it's like, well, damn, bitch. Like, oh, I knew that. Like, why did you have to say that? Like, god damn. Oh my God.
Tells him she doesn't love him straight to his face. She doesn't even know him. The relationship between him and Frank, the big bro, little bro dynamic is so light and fun. His dynamic with Jean is enough to make a grown man cry. She goes into his mind and it's a flashback to Aunt May giving him advice, which speaks directly to Jean because they're the same.
Nah, that was a bar. Aunt May is still the emotional anchor.
Gets shot and then you see the hospital scene of how much he means to the city, and it was just beautiful, on the level of Spider-Man 2 getting carried in the train type of beautiful. At the end of the movie, Peter accepts that he can't do this alone, bringing his arc to the movie full circle. He's like, damn, no wonder that little nigga Naruto was so depressed all the time. And it seems like they're teasing that Ned might remember Peter.
Because at the very end, they do the handshake and he remembers their handshake and the movie ends right there. Fire movie, bro. It's hard to classify Spider-Man movies for me. Because all I can really say is 3 and 2 are probably the worst. And then after that, I don't really care how you rank them. They're all good.
From before getting his mind wiped by Bill Dr. Strange Cosby, that or he figured out that Peter is Spider-Man. They do kind of leave it ambiguous, but either way, I think that they are telling us that MJ and Ned are here to stay in the Spider-Man movies as Team Spider-Man, and I'm okay with that. I know a lot of people want Spider-Man 100% solo working.
I don't.
But I think the idea of him finding a nice balance between not being Iron Boy Jr. needing others to carry him, and not being 100% alone, having no friends, no family, no hoes.
Goddamn, Spider-Man can't have friends. Okay, goddamn.
A balance between the two is a good place to have Spider-Man in. Now, where does this movie sit on the Spider-Man pantheon for me? I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I think this is my second favorite Spider-Man movie of all time, right behind Spider-Man 2. But it's close. Maybe this is recency bias. Maybe I'm nostalgia bias.
You know what's crazy? Wait, do we rank the Spider-Verse movies too in there? Because I was only doing live action. If we put the Spider-Verse movies in there, damn, them Spider-Verse movies is good, gang. This definitely, to me, a top 3 Spider-Man movie. I don't know where to put it, and I also don't. I think it's way too. I literally saw it less than 24 hours ago. I think it's too early for me to rank them, but I think this is top 3. Top 3, easily. Homecoming's my favorite. That's just me.
For even having Spider
I damn near cried at Homecoming with some of them. Yeah, it's nostalgia bait, but god damn it, hook, line, and sinker, they got me.
Man 2 over it. I don't know. Y'all have your opinions. Y'all let me know. Special shout out to all the channel members. You know.
Okay, man. Shout out, bro. That was a dope movie, man. I loved it. Obviously, I had a lot to say. Go watch it if you haven't, bro. Spider-Man is bike. Does not, let me repeat. MCU, we still waiting on Avengers. Don't think you don't get nothing for this. look at you niggas. Look at you niggas. You niggas are excited. Look at you niggas. You niggas. Yeah, we won. Who's we? Spider-Man said, who's we? Who's we, nigga? Huh? Rest of the MCU. Spider-Man, we did that. Spider-Man. We, nigga? Who's we?